All right, guys, so we got into this. We got into the triple threat 3. Is that actually what took? We are right at the take profit on the euro dollar call that we had at 125.24. You can see that price is right there. For some of you, you've already taken profit, not so much here on FXCM. Actually, this is a AAA FX account. So this one is from Zulu Trade. I thought about doing a signal service with Zulu Trade and changed my mind and just kept the demo, and it disperses out to all my other to all the other accounts. So for this set of accounts anyway, it's kind of cool, but they're not as good as Pepperstone, I'll tell you that. Not today anyway. So you'll notice that some of us hit our profit targets more quickly than the others, and it's all about spreads, right? So look, I just technically passed our profit target. Now watch it. Watch it. I'm passing this profit target. What am I waiting for? I'm waiting for the ask to pass the 125.08 handle, okay? So we're very, very close here. We're going to hit our first take profit. First take profit's where I can go to bed, right? That's what I usually do. I like to hit my first take profit. It makes me feel good about myself. I know I've got some money in the bank. It's what we call capital appreciation, right? And then when the second take profit hits, you know, whenever then it moves to break even, I have no more risk on the trade, and the second position just continues to run. That's my, I mean, I wish I could patent it, but it's not my patented system, but it's a good system. Awesome, Martin. Yours to get 125.10. Great. That's a great entry and a great take profit level. All right, we're almost there, guys. It's got to be close. So, I mean, it's all the way through it. Should be ready to hit take profit any second. Come on, baby. There it goes. We just took profit. As you can see, the profit line disappeared. We moved to break even. We're above break even now. If this thing drops to Kingdom Come, we're going to make more profit, right? So we're still in the game. We're still making profit. Love it. I love it. I got to be honest with you. In the last few months, we haven't lost a single trade in the trade room. In the trade room, anyway. Knock on wood. So how do we manage the second trade? Well, we don't. I just let it run and let the trailing stop take care of it. Don't turn your computer off. You're just going to let it run for itself. It's going to take care of itself, okay? That's basically what happens here. Yeah, just let it run. And what I like to do is I like to go to sleep so that I won't mess with it. Because when I mess with stuff, that's when, you know, that's when I miss out on additional profits, you know. I let it just do its thing. It's got a 5-bar trailing stop right now, and I'm going to let that run. Awesome, Bon. I'm glad to have you here. Look, yeah, check with me in the morning. You and I can get on a call. The money, I'm going to, yeah, Bon, let's get on a call. Let me take a look at it. I'll take care of you. Mike, yes, messing with is the corrupting factor. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. So basically, guys, you know, it's what we call integrity or trade integrity, and that's what most people are missing, and that's why they lose money. Okay? They just don't have a ton of integrity about their trading. And for that very reason, they lose money. So we just made a good bit of profit right at our level, guys. I mean, honestly, sometimes, I mean, I've been doing this for so long, but it surprises me too. I mean, I look at the levels. That's why I say it's just all about right action. You know, just doing the right things, continually doing the right things. It's not that I'm, you know, so special in that way, but I'm taking right action, you know, As long as I take the right actions, I'm going to have the right performance. I'm going to have the right results, right? So William had a question, but I think he's gone now. So we just hit profit. All I am seeing. Okay, got it, William. Thought you had a question. Great. Thank you for saying that, by the way, because I did have it paused there for a second. Chris says, really appreciate your transparency and honesty. Thank you for that. We try to keep it as real as possible here because that's, you know, if you guys are like me, you can smell a fake a mile away. It's not what I'm in this game for. All right, so great. We're going to let this continue to run down, hopefully make us a ton more money, right? Now we've got capital appreciation, what we call capital appreciation. We're going to wait for capital explosion if the market wants to give it to us. So we'll see if we get another shot at it. Okay, great. Damani, I'm going to take over now. Let's take a look at your Euro-Yen chart. Can we do that? Oh, you got a AAA FX account too. Are you doing a Zulu trade too? Well, I'm not doing it right now, actually, guys. I thought about doing it, so I've been looking for a trade copier that actually works well, so I can copy your trades for you. Look, I get it. And one of my buddies said this, Fred. I don't know if Fred's on the line. One of my trading buddies from years back. Used to be my client. Now he's just my buddy. But he said that people just want to make money, and that's the truth. If you could just make the money, why would you be up at 1 a.m. when you can just be sleeping? That's what I say. I'd like to make the money and be up at 1 a.m. Look at that drop, guys. That was nice. Nice drop there. So if I can give that to you guys and give you the opportunity to make money while you learn this or go do something else or build your track record, then that's what I'm going to do. So that's what I'm working on. That's the goal. That's the plan. So be with me in spirit as I try to find the right trade copier. You build your track record, you get your life. Remember that. Okay, auto bias action right now. The auto bias is actually falling. Here we go. Nice. This is the auto bias, guys. Thank you, Mike, for saying that. So basically, we're looking for a 124.11 on the auto bias. Look, I'm not even going to look for that on my first take profit. I'm going to bring my take profit up. So you can double click on the line, guys, and you can actually move it up. So I'm going to move mine up to about 125.60, or right where the old area is. I'm just going to take my profit there. It's about 1-to-1 ratio with this SL factor. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You can take your trades wherever you want to, but this is where I've got mine. I'm going to try to get out in that vicinity on the first position and let the second position continue to run. And hopefully we can get in. Actually, we got out. We're pretty much done, per se, but I'm going to work with Damani and answer whatever questions you have. Okay, so we've made some money here. Auto bias is running. Love the auto bias. Beautiful robot, by the way. All right, Damani, I'm going to put it on the Euro Yen. Is that okay? Is that what you wanted it on? Is that cool? Is that what you asked for? Just to confirm, I'm going to take over. Okay, cool. I'm going to take control of your mouse now. It's not letting me click. Wonder what that's about. You probably have some kind of it's probably your Norton. Your Norton's probably stopping me from being able to click. So go ahead and click on that on the chart. get us a new chart, Euro Yen chart, please? That'll work. Put it on the 1 hour for me. Oh, this is cool. You're going to have to tell me about this later. Love to see what you're doing here. I like to hear about other people's stuff, guys. I like to make their stuff better. So if you have something that's really cool, share it with me. That's what Tribe Forex is about. If I can make it better for our community, then I will. Or if, you know, just to know, you know, stuff that we can incorporate in the tribe. I'm always learning too. I'm just sharing with you what I have. I want you to do the same. All right, so Euro Yen is there. You got the auto bias on. So do you want to set up for a real trade, or you want us to just test it and see if it'll take a trade for us right now? You want to set up? If you want to set up, just put the line on the chart, and or if you want to test it, let's test it. So you put the line on the chart. Yeah, okay, let's test it. Good. And then you're going to hit auto buy if we're looking for a buy here. This consolidation is interesting, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Just took a trade. Isn't that funny how that works? When you want it to mess up, that's not when it messes up. When someone's supposed to fix it for you, whatever it is, that's when it works perfectly. Yeah, that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Well, look, if it comes up again, just let me know. Yeah, that might be it. Yeah, guys, just remember the one thing is that if it has taken a trade for whatever reason on, you know, if it's taken a trade already, if it's taken a trade on the 1 hour or whatever time frame you're on that bar, it's not going to take another trade on the same bar. So you're going to have to either change the time frame or wait till the next bar to be able to take that trade. Nice move down, 1.2503 on the euro dollar. Man, we just had I mean, guys, can you complain, really? It amazes me when people return this stuff. Amazes me. Just incredible how beautiful it is when we have something that works, right? Look at this, 125.02, more profit. All right, Damani, I'm going to shut it down. If you need me, send me a message on Tribe or Marcello at tribeforex.com. I'll help you out. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. Get out of your deal here. You're going to have to tell me about some of this other stuff that you're doing, what you like, why you like it. Guys, if you have any feedback to make our service any better, let me know. I want to give you the best product possible. I try to be impeccable in my trading, and I try to be impeccable about what we get to deliver to you. And so if that's missing, or if there's certainly something else we can do that's going to give you more value, then let me know. Yeah, so what you're going to notice is so what I do is, if you look in here, you're going to notice that this copies. I've got a trade copier here, okay? And basically what it does is it takes trades for right now this is running on a demo, a smaller demo, and what it does, it moves out to larger live accounts, and that's what I like to trade off of. So so right down here I've got a trade copier. If you're looking for one, this one's expensive. This is Power Trade Copier. And then what it does is it goes out to other trade copiers. Now the reason why I don't use that for our traders is because it just simply doesn't have the capacity to take on hundreds of traders, which is why I'm probably going to end up using one particular broker, use a MAM or a PAM account. It's probably the best thing that we can do. All right, Jorge, does that make sense to you? No problem. Let's see here. So if you want to know, there are plenty of live accounts that you can look to. We have a live account up that you can go to on MyFX Book. It's a live account as well that's being used there. No, I don't think anyone questions whether I'm doing this live or not. There's no reason in the world why I shouldn't, considering the kind of results that we have and the kind of performance that we've had day after day and week after week. You know, but I want you guys to ask any questions that you have, because there's really no stupid question, and the only way you know anything is to ask that question. Yeah, definitely. We were looking at 140.50 for the entry on the euro yen. The reason we were looking for a 140.50, it was just a safer entry. Just a safer entry for us on the euro yen. Yeah, you can. That's fine. You can exit that trade. That was a test trade. So, you know, it's probably not going to get down there on this bar right now. It may get down there tonight sometime, or in the New York session. And then we'll take it from there. Yeah, so the auto rev, so this is a great question. No worries, of course, the money. Roger, on the euro dollar sell setup, the auto bias took the trade but had a SL and a TP of about 90 pips. 1% risk. I have a chart on the 15-minute. The SLTP seems large compared to the auto rev you were showing. But is that how it works? Yes, it absolutely works like that. And so I kind of want to show you a setup so you can get an idea of how well the auto rev really works. I'm sorry, the auto bias works. So I know it's got a huge stop loss and a huge take profit, but I promise you that it works very, very well in that capacity. Okay, and I know it's not easy for people to get that, but it's very, very solid. It has very, very solid performance over the long haul. So let me open that up. One second. And so this is what having proper tools that most traders just don't have. You know, this is a professional. I've been doing this for a long time. You know, and so when you have that, it just makes it so much easier for you to trust strategies. Makes it so much easier for you to trust what you're doing. You know, and because the biggest thing that stops people from being successful a lot of the time is they just have a lot of doubt about what works and what doesn't work, right? Yeah, one second. I'm setting it up for you, Roger. So guys, as you know, what I do is, in our formula for success roughly is simply just taking, I basically find what the overall bias is in the market, and I trade based upon that overall bias. Okay. Well, this isn't right. All right, I'm going to run this again really quickly. Something happened there. Had to restart my computer, and so affected my charts. Got to set them back up properly. So generally, just to say this, we run the auto bias at about 2% risk, Roger, in general. And I like how conservative you are, but you know, 2% is really, as you can see, it has such a big stop loss and take profit that it's not going to do you any damage to use that area of, you know, to use that 2%, you know, it's got such like between the 80 to 85% win ratio in general. And I promise you, if you run it all year, it's going to make money. Not even all year. We've seen the results. You know, I don't remember how much we made last month. Actually, I'm going to look it up with the auto bias. But you know, using between the auto bias and the auto rev, you know, we've had 20% returns plus that. Yeah, we like to use the 1% on the auto rev. The auto rev we use 1%. I just use 1% on the account on the auto rev, and on the auto bias it's generally about 2%. So if you look at a webinar and it's an older webinar, you know, then it may have said that. But I don't think, I really think we've always traded at 2%. So, all right, guys, so the euro dollar continues to move down. I keep moving this thing by accident. Yeah, so here's a question. If I have, Jorge, where are you from? Are you in the United States or in overseas? From Spain. Better. Much better. Oh, it's my man. All right. So, okay, great. So, yeah, if you're in Europe, you can use FXCM. That's fine. It's just that in the United States, we get a lot of, we have FIFO, which messes with our trades, but you guys don't have that in Europe or anywhere else. I actively trade both auto bias and auto rev. Not for all trade calls, though. Not for all trade calls. I trade the auto bias generally. Okay, my auto bias runs all the time. And then my auto rev, when I see something I really like, I'll just put it on the auto rev. Now look, there's some people who just trade the auto rev. Like for instance, I can show you another account that trades the auto rev, right? And it's just, you know, it's one of my traders. He just loves the auto rev. Let me show you. This is his account. So if you went to that Live Free page at any time and you see an account there, that's his account. It's one of our traders' account. And he's up at 20, looks like 27% right now. Probably more than that right now at this moment, I want to say. $27.83%. That's where he's at. He should have been above this area, to be honest with you, by now. It's a trader just like you guys. Let's see what he's in right now. Great, he's up. He's in profit. Got in at 125.20. Fixed TT, trend TT. Great. So September made 15.89%, October made 10.30%, and obviously we're looking for some profits here today going forward. So, you know, it depends on you, what you're into. I say start with the auto bias. I use the auto bias mostly. Yes, mostly the auto rev is going to take smaller trades, so it's going to be very, very pinpoint. It's going to have pinpoint accuracy. Okay, it's going to look for 10, 15, 20 pip trades generally, up to 30 pips most likely, depending on the size of the reversal candle. The auto bias is going to be kind of it's going to take a bigger stop loss and a bigger take profit. Okay. And it's just going to meander until the price gets to where it wants to go. We have plenty of videos about the auto rev and the auto bias inside the members area. We've got tutorial videos. We also have a manual as well that you can find in that section as well. I can answer questions. You guys are asking me a bunch of questions about auto rev, auto bias, and that tells me that I need to be telling you more about that for sure. Yeah, the one that's on the web is using auto bias and a bit of auto rev. And it's going to be up to you guys. Either way, you win. I'm going to show you what the auto bias has been able to create. And I like auto bias. I use auto bias mostly. And every now and then I slip in an auto rev trade just because. But I'm mostly an auto bias trader. Why is that? Because I like to have high win ratios. I just like 80% win ratios and stuff like that. Not that the auto rev doesn't give you that too, because it does. But I like the pinpoint accuracy. I like knowing on the auto bias that I have a big stop loss, so that if the market goes beyond that area, that I'm going to still be in the trade. So let me ask you a question, and I know we don't do this often, but what will life look like for you if you can continue to do this on a regular basis? And this is what you need to think about. What would you do if you could have a winning track record and come in here the way that we have, week after week after week, and make these kinds of results? Consider that. What will life look like for you? How could that make a difference in your life, and what would it really look like? And I'm serious about that because, this is actually access. This is access to those things that you've wanted for yourself. That's it. Bottom line. No getting around it. Thanks, Martin. I appreciate that. Yep, great trading, great service, and I have been on the receiving end of many, many Forex mirages. As soon as they had my money, they disappeared. You are the real deal. Keep it up. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for saying that. That's one of the reasons I do this. I really appreciate the positive feedback. I really do. This is one of the reasons I do it. I wouldn't do it just for money. Because honestly, the money on the retail side is not that great. By the time we process the tire kicker refunds and that sort of thing, it's not really worth it. But, this gives me structure. I get to work with people who are like me, really develop a community. And this is a hobby that I really, really enjoy, to be able to help make more traders and also make a difference, a real difference. It would look like freedom, but what does freedom look like for you, Damani? You look like you had some really good trades there. What would it look like if you could trust those trades and keep on making them going forward, and trust them to $1 million or $2 million or $5 million, right? What would it look like, guys? It sounds like an arbitrary question, but it's not arbitrary at all. It's really where you've got to come from. You know, what is life going to look like for you? Absolutely, Mike. Professionalism, integrity, absolutely integrity, accountability, consistency, and a fabulous future. It's like writing your own ticket, isn't it? It really is, from a financial standpoint anyway. Then you can start, you know, looking at what else you want to do with your life, how you want to help people. William, excellent. I would have more free time for family and some other things I would like to do with my life. Absolutely. So, you know, as a result of my trading, I mean, some of you guys know, but, you know, my lifestyle changed. I was able to create for myself the lifestyle that I really wanted to live. So what did successful Forex trading look like for me? It looked like me being able to travel all over the world, live between my house in Florida and Miami and my penthouse apartment in France for quite some time, for years, and stay there as long as I wanted to, and then really consider, where else do I want to live? Do I want to live in Italy? Do I want to learn another language? You know, I speak 3 languages now. And, you know, one of my things on my bucket list is to learn Italian. I would love to go to Italy, you know, while I'm doing this work and learn Italian, right? That's what it meant for me. My son, who is 6 years old, now he just turned a few weeks ago, he's already traveled through more countries than most people have, you know, that are, you know, 6 times his age, right? You know, he lived with me in France, and we've been through Italy and Germany and, you know, just all that. And all while I'm still working, right? Still making money. So here's another one, Roger. More free time to do the things that really matter. Spend more time with my family, travel the world, and really express myself freely. I really want to make a contribution to this world to make it a better place, and I feel it begins from having financial freedom and financial control. Man, well said. Well said. That's what it meant for me too. You know, I get to raise money for worthy causes, you know, things that I would never have been able to do because I didn't have the time. I spend about an hour a day actually trading, which means really not trading itself, but really the actual analysis. The only time that I feel like I'm working hard is when I'm in this trade room. And it's not because I'm actually doing anything. It's because I got to, you know, I got somewhere set to be. My 5 o'clocks is when I start doing my trade calls, and usually by 6 o'clock they're done. And then I get them out to you by 7, you know. But besides that, I generally don't actually sit in front of a computer that often unless I'm doing something else, like working on Tribe Forex or, you know, whatever that looks like, you know, building something else, working on another project, right? So the actual trading itself doesn't take very long, you know. Yeah, it's about creating more time, you know, and to be able to do that, guys, it's going to take another level of integrity. So if you haven't gone over my integrity training, I would really recommend that you go over that training that I have there. And it's not a joke. If you go in the FX Training Center, I'm going to tell you why so many traders lose money. So if you go to an FX Continuing Education, I think I've got some training. Oops. It's not there. It doesn't look like it. Tribe Forex Q&A, how to profit and miss trade. All right, so I've got to look for that and put it in there because I did some training on the trading performance triangle, and it's absolutely phenomenal. And one of those things that's necessary for you to be a profitable trader is integrity in your trading. You know, and integrity means a wholeness as far as your word with your actions, right? So according to our strategies, if we're taking trades according to our strategies, we're going to, we're going to be more successful. Some people are self-saboteurs, and I was one of them, okay? And I had to get a lot of integrity around that. Once I got integrity in my life as far as my trading career was concerned, I really found a lot of power in my trading. It became easier, stopped looking like work, you know what I mean? It's not work anymore for me to trade. It's just something I do. And it's all because I got integrity around my trading, got my strategy, I had my execution. I had those for years, but I messed up on the integrity part. So when I got integrity right, not only did I have strategy and execution that worked well, but really I had a tremendous amount of power and freedom in my trading, which freed me up, right? So you can have two traders, and you have all your tribe brothers, and they're making money, and somehow someone else can lose money, right? And they're trading the exact same system, and it's because one lacks integrity. And integrity is not something that, it's not a moral kind of thing. It's more so of, hey, this is what I said I was going to do, and I'm not fulfilling on what I said I was going to do. That's it. And so the beautiful thing about integrity is when you realize that you're out of integrity, you simply just put structures in place to make sure that you get back in integrity. So what do I mean? So for instance, right now we're in a trade. Okay. Yeah, I had to let somebody go in our. I let some people go. So if you guys are noticing the live support tab off more, it's because I've let a couple people go as far as that's concerned. So our support staff on email is still there. I need to fulfill on bringing some more people in for live support. Okay. They weren't as effective as I'd like them to be. I want them to be a little bit more. I need high functioning individuals to do that job. So where was I? Yeah. So so integrity is just about doing what you said you were going to do. So you can have two people taking the same trades and the same strategy, and one makes a ton of money and one makes mediocre money, or one loses money, the other one makes money, right? Same strategy, same everything, same strategy, same EAs, same whatever. It's because when you take your trades off before it's time to have them taken off, or when you do something that's inconsistent with your strategy and what your plan is, you're always going to compromise your results. And that's what happens a lot. So let me take a look. Mike, send me a message, because I have we have 4,000 people at some point on this thing. Oh, I see you. Yeah, it's green. Awesome. It's working now. It's green. All right, let's take a look at it. I know the market moved up a bit while we were talking. It's just kind of playing around. It's not really doing anything. I hope it continues to rock down, because I'm about I've got 0.5% in the bank right now, and I'd like to put a lot more in there. I know you're with me on that one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be our 5th bar, so we'll have our stop losses move down to about 125.17, I believe, after this bar. I'm here to answer questions, guys. After this, I'm probably going to go to sleep. Yes, I would quit my job. Jorge says, I would quit my job in the UK and stay in Spain with family and friends. I love Spain. I lived in Spain for, that. I think we talked about that. I lived in Spain for quite some time and loved it. You know, I was a contract attorney in Spain. Didn't like the job, but I sure did love the place. So even when I quit my job, I stayed. I lived in Madrid. Loved Madrid. Lived in Madrid for a while, for a couple of years, and I also had a house while I was trading out in Galicia, which is on the west coast of Spain, which was amazing, right above Portugal. So I love Spain. I think it's a beautiful country, beautiful people who work to live and don't live to work, like some of us in other places like the UK and United States, for example. So your TP and your SL were definitely there, Damani. I don't know if you closed it out and then reopened it or something like that. That would take the lines off the chart. But they're definitely, you can see them. I saw the SL and the TP. That was the first thing I looked for. Yeah, Jorge says, yeah, we love to be out with friends and spend the little money we have. Yeah, it's not a tremendous amount of economic viability out there right now, but it's, you know, they still live it up. I've never been to a more partying place, and I mean like the good kind of partying, like spending time with friends, going out to dinners, you know, drinking claras, you know, whatever. Just amazing, amazing, amazing lifestyle that they have there. Okay, they can only be gone if you took them off the chart. That's the only way that they can be gone. So I think in the next version, I'm going to make sure that we can't have human error, like, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, Damani, at all, but you're going to want to be careful about, you know, turning off, like deleting the lines, deleting the stop loss line and the take profit line and that sort of thing. Just going to make a difference. And I'm going to make sure that, you know, if those get deleted in the next version, then we just add them again. I think that's what's going to make a difference. So what happened? You've got so many charts on there. It's probably that. I don't think switching to another chart is going to make the lines disappear at all. Not by design, not by programming. But it's going to be like if you delete them by accident, or you delete the chart by accident, and you know you try to go back to it. But you can use what I recommend is that you can now use a fixed stop loss and take profit if that ever does occur for you. And I'm going to make it more robust where it will actually look for and place the new stop loss on there for you. Stop loss and take profit on for you no matter what. Life storms, that's new. That's excellent, Roger. I'll take a look at that. Roger says, Life Storms by Kevin Hogan is a great resource to become aware of one's issues that interfere with having integrity and congruence with our trading. You know what, since along that subject, can I tell you what really made a difference for me? Big difference as my performance. Like I was always a high performer, but really what took it to the next level and allowed me to stop you know, sabotaging myself and making life hard for myself was and becoming really just a truly super high performer in the world of Forex was this course that I did. It's the best $545 I've ever spent in my life. Okay, I spent $545 for the course, best money I've ever spent. It's called Landmark. So I don't know if you guys have done Landmark. Has anybody done Landmark program that's in here right now? Phenomenal program. Phenomenal. Listen, if you know that you have a high, like you're a smart guy, you do the math, and you're smart, you're ambitious, and you've made sacrifices to get where you are, and you're willing to put that forward, and you still haven't reached the potential that you think you should be at, do the Landmark forum. Okay? do the landmark forum, and I guarantee you that you're going to reach higher levels of performance than you've ever reached before. Bottom line. Guaranteed. In fact, if any of you are interested in doing it and you want to sign up for it, let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and incentivize you right now. That's how much I believe in it, and I believe in you. They actually have one in UK for you, Jorge, if you want to do it. It's really good. I was actually there at a UK event about a month ago when I was there in UK. I actually was there at one of their events. I can get you a link for that for sure. No, it's amazing. It's a life-changing experience, and not just in this area of trading. It's going to make a huge difference in your life as trading, but really what they focus on is getting things out of the way that are in your way to you being successful, right? And you don't even know what those things are, right? They're just in the way. They're blind spots in your life, and once you can see what those blind spots are, then you can resolve them and start getting really effective in life, effective in every area of your life too, which is incredible. So if any of you actually decide to do it, contact me. I'm going to give you something because I believe in it that much. You're going to be that much more effective as a trader, and you're going to be that much effective for people in this organization. So I'm gonna sow into your life. If you decide to do it, let me know. Let me know, and I'll make sure to take care of you, give you a real benefit. Here's a link for it if anybody's interested. I'm gonna pick up that book as well, I think, that you were talking about, Roger. Life Storms, I think you said it was. Pick that up as well. That sounds good. Sounds right up that alley. So it's called Landmark Worldwide, and they have they're in 19 different countries around the world. Oh, right. Awesome. I think I'm going to pick it. I'm going to look for it, actually. Life Storms, you say. I'm going to check it out. So basically, guys, it's like personal coaching, the course I'm talking about. If you've done it, you know what I'm talking about. Everyone, people say it's like almost like a cult because so many people are so gung-ho about it. It's because it works. It's a life-changing experience. It's like when you really get yourself and you get what's holding you back, what's been holding you back for 30, 40, 50 years, of your life. And all of a sudden, a light bulb goes off and now you become super effective, then when that happens to you, you're just going to tell the world. If you care about anybody in your life, you're going to let them know. You do this course, your life will never be the same. So if you decide to do it, I'm going to give you something. I'm going to give you a special EA. I'm going to give you something. So contact me and say, hey, look, I want to sign up for the Landmark Forum. It's $545, at least in most of the United States. I think in California it's $575. You can also, if you want to know more about it, there are a bunch of traders on Tribe Forex who have already done it. Okay? So if you're not having the exact same performance that we're having here, it's probably because you're sabotaging yourself. And that's the reality. And because we have patterns that sabotage ourselves, self-sabotaging behaviors. I had the same behavior. So let me give you an example of some of that behavior really quickly as this market continues to run down. So, I know that I'm a really great trader. I set up my it's 5 p.m. I set up my trade calls. I know I'm going to go with my trade calls. And then what do? I get done doing my trade calls and I say to myself, you know what? I'm going to take a break. I do the trade calls now. I don't set up my charts. I'm going to take a break, get something to eat. It's time for dinner or whatever, and I go do that. Instead of coming back to the computer, I I talk to my son, spend some time with my kid. I, I'm with my girl. We're spending time together. Now it's later at night in the United States. I'm in the U.S. at this time. And the London session hasn't started. I still haven't put my trades on, which means I still haven't, put the line on, hit the auto buy, auto sell button. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, oh, I've got time. These trades aren't going to take till the London session. Well, my girl says, hey, I want to cuddle before you go and go work. Please cuddle with me. And I say, okay, no problem. I'm just going to spend 15 minutes until she falls asleep. Right? And that's what that looks like. I fall asleep with her, and then I wake up in the middle of the night just to see the trades go in the direction that I said that they would go, in the exact same way I said they would go, and I'm not in them because I didn't set up my trades, right? That kind of self-sabotaging behavior, right? Procrastination, whatever it may be for you. And so really discovering what it is that's going on behind that causes you to be ineffective. Simple little things like that could be the reason why you're not effective. Not saying that that's what it is for you. It was also some other things for me as well that made me less effective than I could be, not as effective in my relationships, my family relationships, less effective as a trader in my performance, less effective in other areas of my life. Some people it's finances, some people it's trading, some people it's, family relationships. There's self-sabotaging patterns. So if you're interested, check that out. I just gave them a free plug. So, all right. So guys, here's where we're at. We are at, let's see, it's 12500. The market's still moving down really nicely. Yeah, Chris, you've heard me now rave about it as well as much as your friends have. So I sent you guys a link, landmarkworldwide.com. If you sign up, let me know, okay? Now look, as a Landmark graduate, because I am a graduate, it means I took the forum, that course that you're looking at. As a Landmark grad, we don't get anything at all. And people always ask us, why are you always telling people to do the Landmark course? Do you get something? Do you get like a, toaster or like or a commission or something like that? And no, we don't. We don't get anything. We get no money. We get nothing for it. We don't even get a pat on the back. I promise you that. I don't even get a pat on the back. But I probably sent about 50 or 100 of my closest friends and some of my traders from my organization and my employees to do the Landmark Forum, just to tell you how much I believe in it. And for my employees, I pay for it. Okay? So that goes to tell you just how much I believe in the course. Yeah, Chris, if you sign up for it, let me know. I'm gonna hook you up. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because I'm going to show you that I'm invested in your life, and so I'm gonna take care of you too. I'm going to make sure that I give you something to incentivize you. I don't get anything for it besides the fact of knowing that you're going to be more effective in life. And if you take this on, then you're probably going to be one of those guys that works with me who is super effective and is a real powerhouse, a part of my team, and a real contribution to Tribe Forex. So if any of you decide that you're interested in the course and you decide to do it, like you sign up for it, let me know. And by the way, you can put $150 down if you do it as well, to get started. But I recommend just getting in the next course as soon as they have an availability, because you will never be the same. That's it. Enough said. I'm not going back over there, but I've had this conversation with a lot of my friends, so so it's not hard for me to get there. But it's the same concept that you're talking about, Roger. That's the same thing. Life storms, that same kind of concept. What's in the way of being integrity, and what's in the way of you doing what you said you're going to do and being powerful? Absolutely, Chris. That's where I'm at too. Chris says, I'm always up for a challenge, need to constantly grow and push myself to higher levels. Well, I mean, you know, this is why I call it Tribe Forex, because, you know, we're pretty much the same, most of us. We have a lot of similarities. We're very much the same person, you know, in that, you know, we're out-of-the-box thinkers. We push ourselves to higher levels. We're the kind of people that actually push the world forward. How many people do you know are Forex traders, or would consider doing that, or would spend their money or their time, you know, in something that is not status quo, that is not the norm, if you will? You know, it takes people like us to push the world forward, and on different levels, spiritually and you know, intellectually, and just in every realm of possibility. You know, so this is what Tribe Forex is about. I expect us to have very similar characteristics and to have very similar interests, you know, and mostly traders are not just traders, but really, you know, the traders that are attracted to me and the Tribe Forex are people who are very, very similar to who I am. And those are the people who want to push life forward and to be more than they were yesterday, and to, you know, be higher performers in life and that sort of thing. All right, guys, we can sit around here and wait for it, but I've got to be back here in 5 hours. Some of you won't. I'll be back here, and I'll probably be telling some of the other people that we've already taken this trade and we've already made money, and hopefully this thing will continue to run down and we'll wake up to more profits, right? Let's see what's happening on the 15-minute time chart before I get off this call here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we moved down. Let's hope this continues to move down so we can get some more profit in, because right now we're just slightly below break even. So we've made a little bit of profit, but not a ton. All right, so William's got a quick question that I should answer. Thanks for your patience there, William, because I know you asked this question before, so thank you. So his question is, what is the difference between the pod B, pod 1, pod 2, and pod 3? What I would recommend, the question that you should really ask is, what's the difference between the strong, the stronger, and the strongest? That's really the real question. You know, what pod B, pod 1, pod 2, and pod 3 is less important than the real question, which is, you know, what is, you know, how strong are they, and how likely are they to hold, right? So what we found historically is that the pod strongest really is the strongest area of support and resistance. These are areas of support and resistance from upper time frames. They're very, very strong. So the pod 1 strongest is stronger than the pod 1 strong. Does that make sense? So consider it that way. So the biggest, for me, the most important thing is to look at this, you know, the strongest. You know, I like to look at the strong. In fact, I look at them all because they're all very powerful, specifically on the lower time frames. It's kind of like what we just did here. You know, we just took this trade. Well, not this. This is the euro, the dollar Swiss, but the euro dollar. Actually, there's not a pod here. So these are pods, guys, right? These are normal pods, moving average 200, Bollinger 50, that kind of thing. They're strong, but you can see price break through them on these lower time frames, right? Now, the moment that I add a pod strong, okay, and this is why I call them strong pods. When I add the strong pods to the chart, you can see how the market is moving around these pods. Look at this. This is a pod. This is a pod 3 stronger. What happens? Price moves up, even though it's in a kind of an uptrend at that moment. It moves up, it touches it, and it bounces straight back down, and it gives us, you can see, multiple touches at this pod strong. Now, if I get a pod strong, if I get a pod, right, on my lower time frame, and I get a pod strong as well, oh man, take it to the bank. Look at this one. This is about 2 or 3 to 1 ratio here of a pod strong. We were at a pod strong alone. And here's the pod strong again with the Bollinger Band. Great opportunity. Here's another pod. This is a pod 1 strong along with a double top formation. We made money on this, by the way, guys. I don't know if you remember that. But that sort of thing. So you're going to see a lot of activity around the pods, right? And even, look, goes up to the pod strong up at the top here, comes down to the pod strong. I'm sorry, the pod 3 stronger at the low and bounces off of that, heads back up. You see this? It's a bounce back and forth between these pods until it finally breaks out. Okay, so these are just areas of support and resistance, guys. And I said this, and I say this to people all the time. They don't believe me. I say that this entire market is about support and resistance and trending. If you know which one you're in, if you're in a consolidation or a trending market, that's what's going to make the biggest difference. And that's how you're going to make all your money. And it's going to be, you know, you just got to get oriented around that. And if I could just tell you that that's worth the price of the entrance here for this Tribe Forex, I got to tell you, instead of wasting time with all this other stuff, a million different indicators and all this jazz, there's nothing wrong with that. See you, Mike. Awesome. There's nothing wrong with that, but you know, other indicators. I love indicators and all that, but I don't use them. You know, I don't use them that often. Absolutely. I'll keep on doing some more training on the pods as well going forward. Guys, you have to give me feedback. You got to let me know what you need. If there's questions that you have or anything that's going on, this is a good session for you to come and be able to talk to me directly. So you can also reach me on the website as well. You know, you can hit me at the you know, on the Tribe Forex Messenger, which is why I created it. Okay. Now realize that we have had thousands of people on this website, so there's going to be a lot of people getting at me sometimes. So if I don't get back to you immediately, that's probably why, or I'm away from the computer or whatever else it may be, but I'll get back to you. All right? You try me again as well. If it's a technical issue, obviously go to try live support or info, and then, you know, come to me if you still haven't gotten any attention or assistance there, and I'll take care of you, or I'll make sure that they take care of you properly. So anything you need, guys, you're going to get taken care of. Don't worry about that. Just be in communication about what you need. All right, let's take another look at the charts really quickly before I go. It's just bouncing around right now at this level. Tremendous amount of resistance at this level, guys, and this was a very, very good opportunity for us to take this sell. The only thing that we have left on the agenda, which we may get an opportunity for, is the Euro-Yen, and we may get that Euro-Yen. We're looking for a buy. At 140.50. I don't know if we're going to get that today. We've kind of stayed away from the yen pairs because they've been so far away from the pods and away from any real action. They just keep on moving up. But really what you're going to do is do this. You're going to right click. I'm going to do it right now actually. Right click, go to templates on the Euro Yen, and I'm going to put on my auto bias, Tribe Forex auto bias. I'm going to set it up before I go to sleep. I'm going to right click. I'm going to put my line at 140.50. You can see I got it right, just right, 140.59. And I'm going to hit auto buy. That's it. I'm done. Done. Do I have any other questions, guys, before I go? Okay, that's good. All right, guys, I will see you in the next session. Maybe I'll see some of you in the next session at 8 a.m. Okay? Great, William. See you there. Okay, guys. Bye-bye. Awesome. See you there, Jorge. Talk to you guys later. Bye.